Hello everybody, Uniquely Lady Charlotte, and I just got off work in Salisbury, and I'm getting ready to run a couple of errands before I get into something else. But I wanted to give you guys an update on my car. So I don't know if I told you this part, that because I don't remember, but I went to the insurance company and the other driver's insurance company, and I found out the lady didn't file. Okay, she didn't file my claim. That's what I did tell y'all that. And so my next goal too was to contact the insurance commission. Okay, well, after I saw her and I had her to look at my car, the next day, it might have been Tuesday. No, it was Tuesday. No, it was the next, whatever it was, Tuesday or the next, excuse me. The insurance adjuster called me, Lisa. Lisa was very nice and very professional. We were texting, and she was very understanding. She asked me to send her pictures of my car, and I explained to her that he wanted to give me a headlight when I need a whole front end. So she said send her the pictures. I sent her the pictures and tried to make them as detailed as I could. You know, I did the best I could. I just think you see it better when you see it in person, all the damage. So anyway, she told me that the collision place would be able to assess the damages in person, and that she was in Ohio, which I understood after that. So then, hold on, I'm doing okay, lady. She went down. Okay, people drive so aggressive. So all right. So I sent her the pictures, and she told me to go get an estimate. I only had to get one, and so I took it to Nissan. I took it to Ben Manette Nissan dealership, since that's what I drive, a Nissan Versa. And so the guy, you know, he's like, typically you have to make an appointment. And I'm like, wow, okay, I understand. But he's like, wait a minute, let me see what I can do. And then he helped me. And he went out there and he looked at the damage and all that. So he said just by looking at the outside, it's about $3,431 worth of damage. He said, but that price will go up because I have to lift up the hood. He said, I don't want to lift up the hood now because it's all crumpled and it may not go back down flush, and it may not, you know, it may not go back down, and then you got to drive home. You won't be able to drive home. And I'm like, yeah, so let's not touch it. All right, so cool. So he gave me a paper. I asked him for a copy of the estimate. He gave me that, and he gave me a copy of a paper that says the insurance company is going to write me a check for the $34.21. And then, so I'm like, okay. I said, and then I take it and sign that over to you. He's like, yes, because it's the same amount that the estimated damages were. I said, okay. So I matched up the two. I'm like, oh, I got it. So he said she also sent a quote on what she thought by looking at the pictures, and the quote was pretty close. I'm talking about within maybe dollars. They were really close. So I'm like, okay, that's good. He said, now ask for OEM parts, which I found that meant original parts, not knockoff parts, which I truly appreciate that Miss Lisa agreed to that. All right, so then I explained to, okay, why? Okay, there's a lot happening right now. So I explained to Miss Lisa, I said, I want to tell you something, but I'm not trying to be difficult, but I need to tell you this. I said, the damage on my car hurts my businesses. And she was like, you know, what do you mean? I said, well, I'm a mobile notary. I can't show up to my client's house with my car wrecked up and looking like this. And I said, and then I drive Lyft. I'm not even supposed to be driving Lyft with a wrecked up car. So that hurts me, and I drive Lyft every day, you know, to try to make a couple dollars. I said, and then I have a companion service where, you know, I explain what I do with the companion service. And so I said, I need my car. I can't show up to my client's house, and I got a pickup tomorrow. I said, I can't show up to my client's house with my car wrecked up on one side. It's going to make me look like I'm the cause of the wreck. I said, so all those things are affected and cutting into my money. So she said, oh, okay. She said, I'm going to get you a rental today. So she went through Enterprise at first. She was going to go through them, and then she says, wait a minute, I think Lyft goes through Hertz. I said, they do. So she said, well, I'm going to make the reservation through Hertz. And I said, okay. She said, I'll take care of the daily cost, and I'll take care of the taxes. I said, okay. That led me to believe I've got to take care of the fuel, which I understand. I understand. So she said, I'm going to give you, call her and get your car. I said, okay, cool. So they were going to meet me at the car dealership at 11 o'clock. Well, they didn't meet me at the car dealership at 11 o'clock. And so I called the dealer. I called Hertz Enterprise, and I said, hey, my name is blah, blah, blah. And I was supposed to meet someone here with a rental car for me. So check this part out. You got to listen real close on this part. So he says, yes, ma'am. He said, they left 5 minutes ago. I said, okay. And I recognize his voice because he's very pleasant. He said, yes, ma'am, they left 5 minutes ago. I said, well, I got to go back to work. I can't sit here for them to make a 30-minute ride. I got to go back to work. So he was like, okay, we'll, I can have it delivered to your job. Okay, we'll bring it to your job. All right, okay. So when they pull up, I look at the car, and I don't know too much about cars, but I'm like, that is not a maximum. That is not a maximum. So when I walk up, I said, hey, that's not a maximum. This is a very big car. He said, oh, no, it's a 2023 Dodge Charger. So that's what I'm in right now, 2023 Dodge Charger. Great. This hood look like the size of a king-size bed, but it's okay. I ain't got no problem with it. So now, I recognize his voice. I said, so how many days, because I asked the guy on the phone, how many days do I get this rental? He was like, oh, you get it for 5 days. But if they need to increase the rental days, they will. They can go into our system and do it. So when this guy got there, I said, how many days I have this car for? He said, oh, it's like I told you before, you got 5 days. All right, so he lied to me talking about they left 5 minutes ago because he was the they. I'm like, dang, you got to lie about something that little? You could have just told me we got started late, we got a late start, we on the way now, and I'll bring it to your job. You ain't have to lie, Craig. You ain't have to lie. You ain't have to lie. That was not, that. I didn't ask for that lie. That's nothing I asked for. So anyway, then he tried to get me to get some additional insurance on the car, and I said, well, no, the other guy's insurance is paying for this, so I don't think I can check that off. I don't think they're going to pay for that, and I'm not paying for that. So he was like, oh, no, you can go against your insurance, and, if something happens to the car, you can just pay your deductible, get it fixed. I said, no, I can't. We're not doing that. I'm going to drive safe. So he was like, okay, I understand. He said, but I'm just saying, some people deductible is $500, some people is $1,000. I said, I got all the bells and whistles. My deductible is $100. But I never thought I'd have to use it in my job parking lot. Okay? Anyway, so I got the car, and then he left it in the parking lot of my job. And then my coworkers, I love them. My coworkers, just about every one of them took me to the side at different times throughout the day because I dropped the car off that morning. They were all curious, whose Camaro is that? Charger is that? And they were like, oh, that's Kim's rental. That flew through the work site like a wildfire. So they was like, so each one of them came in to me at different times, and they were like, okay, Miss Kim, that is a Dodge Charger. You have a 4-cylinder. That is an 8-cylinder. So you got to be careful how you step on the gas. You need to really, put both hands on the wheel. And I'm thinking, my God, really? But that just means they love me. That's all that meant. They love me. They were just trying to make sure I didn't crash out. That's all they were doing. That was sweet for them to do that. So anyway, I got on the highway, and when I tell you I had to, as the old people used to say, I got to open it up. It was so smooth, I was already at 100. I'm like, oh, okay, your driver's license is your life, so you might want to act like you got some dangling sense. But honey, you hit this gas pedal, this car will move. Now I'm going to have to get back in mine. She coughing and sputtering, the transmission or the engine, whichever one. The engine got 270,000 miles on it. She coughing and choking. I just keep pushing her. She got asthma. She needs O2 sensors, I think. I don't know. She can't breathe in good. But she been good to me. So, anyway, I just want to give y'all an update. I'm in a rental for 5 days at least. And then in my car, I'm keeping my car at my job. That way I don't have to worry about, going too far to take it to the shop to be fixed, because somebody at my job will give me a ride to drop it off and give me a ride back, one of my employees. So that's the update on that. see, do I have anything else to tell y'all? Anything else? No, not that I could think of. I thought I did have something, but let me think about it. All right, so I'm going to go, and I will talk to y'all later, okay? All right, bye. Have a good weekend. All right, bye.